What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. I want to start this off by saying thank you so much for the support on the last couple videos. If you can tell, I've been posting daily because I noticed a decrease in engagement and views, and it absolutely has to do with myself not posting as much as I should. So I am going to be hammering out videos, good videos for you guys as much as I possibly can. It is freaking hammer time. We're going to Japan in a month. We're going to Australia. We're going to Vegas. We have crazy stuff going on, but that doesn't mean that work in the shop is going to stop because we are pulling out the old girl today to get this thing going again. Since the E36 is gone, as you guys saw in the last video, if you didn't, it'll be right here if I can figure out how to do that. Go check it out. We dropped it off at MA Motorsports, who is the leader in professional drift car buildings. In my opinion, they build the most gangster stuff. But since that car's gone, it gives us a perfect opportunity to work on the JZX that I have been kind of putting off, but we've just been so busy I haven't had time. So got a couple weeks. Let's see if we can get this thing back together in that time. I think we should be able to. I just placed an order on Shop Jimmy O for some ARP hardware. That'll be here tomorrow. Not sure if that's gonna be in today's video or tomorrow, but that means we can get the engine together. Before the engine goes together though, we gotta get the whole car back together, wiring loom back in, brake booster, etc., etc., etc. You'll see once we get to that. Also, thank you guys so much for the support on the t-shirts. They're selling fast. I'm gonna promote these every day until they sell out. So if you haven't got one, link down below, 144 Racing. Get the new Let's Go Baby shirt and help support all this crazy that I'm trying to do. Let's get to working on this thing. Let's get it down on the ground, go over it. And I have some clips from a while ago now that I'll put in of us painting this because you guys haven't even seen that. All right, from the last time you guys saw this car, the engine bay was absolutely disgusting, but we had some work done. As you can see from those clips, we color matched the engine bay and did a rhino line inside the wheel wells. No one will even see it, but I know it's there, and putting all the suspension parts back, it'll make it a lot easier, nicer, and cleaner. We also rhino line the lower rad support. This was painted black from the factory, so I think that was a great touch to it as well. Now we have the pleasure of putting all the wiring harness back in, putting the fuse box back in, putting the booster back in, putting the clutch master back in, we have so much to do, but not gonna get done if we don't do it, so let's get to work. I haven't picked up the camera because I've been ultra focused, but once I figured out how this went back together, it was actually the most simple thing in the world, and I can't thank Toyota enough. If this was a Volkswagen or an Audi, it would have been a nightmare. But we got the fuse block in the car, all plugged in, no spare wires hanging around. I do need to get a new cover for this. One of the tabs is cracked, and also someone drilled holes in it, which I don't love. But like I said, I was terrified to put this back together, and to be completely transparent, this might have been the reason why I was waiting so long to work on the car, but 45 minutes I think, maybe, and it's all plugged back in. So now I have to clean up some of the wires around here. I have a bunch of wires sitting around, headlights, etc. Hook up all the grounds so we don't forget them, because I have a feeling once this starts going, it's gonna go fast and we're gonna have this thing running before you know it. So I'm gonna try to do everything I can now so that I don't have to backtrack at all. I'd rather spend a little more time right this moment than have to worry about it later down the road. What's up guys? Welcome back to the video. We kind of got stopped short last night because we had some things we had to take care of, but we are right back to it. And sanding the booster. Anything I can't replace, I'm gonna clean up and paint, especially in the engine bay since it has such nice pretty paint in it now. I want it to look as nice as possible. So it might be some jumping around for the next few minutes, but you're going to see a massive transformation in the engine bay. Let's take a look at it now. We have no lines, no booster, no clutch accessories, nothing. We got the wiring done last night, as you saw, which came out amazing, but We're putting air conditioning back in this car. We're putting a lot of stuff back in. So let's get to work. Let's get this thing sanded, painted. I want to paint the condenser for the air conditioning. I want to paint the line fitting. I want to paint everything. So it'll be a lot of sanding, probably some sweating, but we got to get it done. Pick this back up once we make a little bit of progress, so looks like we did something. Oh my gosh, I just realized. All right, we got that all done. Let it dry, get all the rest of the parts out, get them cleaned up, and I'll pick this back up once we've made a little bit of progress so you guys aren't bored with me painting and cleaning stuff. See you in a few. All right, I'm a bit of a weirdo and really want to put the firewall blanket back on. This one is absolutely disgusting and it's kind of brittle, so I don't want to power wash it. So I'm using JZX Citrus All-Purpose Cleaner, which is like a non-abrasive cleaner with one of their detailing brushes. I just did a tiny section and it looks insane. So I wanted to get a before and after photo so you guys could see how good it looks. This is the section I just did. It took a couple minutes, but you can see, you know, it's got some fibers from the cloth I was using to dry it, but how good it looks compared to how disgusting all of it is. So I'll take some before and after shots, but I have a really good feeling this thing's gonna come out incredible. All right, since the last time you saw me, it has been an entire fiasco because I can't put anything back in this engine bay unless it's clean and perfect. Got the firewall blanket back in. I ended up cleaning it and painting it with fabric paint. Some of the cover is pulling off of the foam, so what I'm gonna do, I just ordered a hot glue gun so I can glue the edges so it looks perfect. I'll be able to do that in the car though, should be nice and easy. Just little edges like that even though you won't see it when it's in the car, it's gonna drive me nuts anyway, so while I have the chance, I'm gonna get it done. But, big progress, even though it doesn't seem like it. Firewall blanket is in. That means we can put the booster in. Let's get to it. All right, little update. Rule number one, when you're pulling a car apart, if you think you're organized, you are not organized. The one regret I have when I tore this car apart, which was in May, I'm embarrassed to even say that, but the one regret I have is not organizing parts enough because I've spent more time in the past few hours just searching for parts and fittings and gaskets than anything else. For instance, I'm missing the little gasket that goes around that heater core, and it's held me up for about 20 minutes because I can't find it. I don't want to put the heater core valve on until I have the bracket. I'm just wasting time, so we keep looking. If I can't find it, I'm gonna move on to another system, keep plugging away because I want to get as much done tonight as possible. I know it doesn't look like we made a lot of progress, but we got a ton done tonight. Throttle cable's back in, firewall is back on and painted, booster is back in, brake master cylinder is back in, cleaned. All the wiring is sorted. We got a ton done tonight. We also got the condenser in, painted, cleaned up, looking good. I am so excited we are getting this car back together. I'm giving myself 2 or 3 weeks and I think we should have this thing on the road running and driving. I ordered a ton of parts tonight, so we'll have a lot of stuff coming in. This thing's gonna be back together in no time. See you guys in the morning. We'll finish this up. Also, this is what I get for not organizing everything. I made an absolute disaster in here, but gotta find the parts, gotta find the gaskets, the seals, the grommets, etc. Get this thing back together. I want it put back together correctly, so I'm taking extra time doing it. It doesn't look like we made a lot of progress tonight, but we definitely did, and I'm stoked how much we've gotten done. What's up, guys? Welcome back to today's video. As you can see, I got my ears lowered today and got right back to work on the JZX. I wanted to button up most of the engine bay stuff before I pick the camera back up because the next video is going to be an absolute banger. We're gonna get the engine together, maybe even get it in the car. So stay tuned for that. That should be out either tomorrow or the next day. Depends on how much work I can get done later today, but take a look at how good this looks. Battery box is in, AC lines are in. We glued the firewall cover, whatever you want to call it. Vacuum lines are in, heater core controls are in. I mean, this thing is starting to look like a freaking engine bay, and I am beyond excited. Throw some nice B-roll up here for you guys so we can look back at this clip and see how far we've come just in a short time, because I told you 100% of my focus is on this car now. We're gonna get it running and driving. Maybe we'll even be able to bring it to Florida in December with all the boys, because I've never had a street car down there and it would be awesome to bring this down as well. Let's take a look at this. That is going to be it for today's video. Let me know down in the comments below if you are stoked that we're working on this thing again, because I know I am, and I'm just excited to finally get a project done. Once this thing's complete, it's freaking hammer time on the E46. Thank you guys as always for the support. Thank you for watching. Thank you for sticking around while I suck at doing this, but it's getting better, I promise. We'll see you guys soon.